Hi guys, we're back with the final on our Revell 32 5-window Ford Coupe, which were built for the old time Rambler 69 Appreciation Group build. I'm really happy with the way it came out. I did a kind of a hybrid of the kit. We used some Highboy kit parts and some Coupe parts, and then as you can see, we did some aftermarket parts on it as well. Let's jump right into it. The color was kind of a custom mix-up that I did. I did the Tamiya dark mica blue as my base color, and then I put Tester's Color Shift Purple Sunrise over the top of that. And it's showing up really well in the pictures, it appears, which I'm happy with. We used resin wheels. They're weld type wheels, drag wheels from Jay's Resin Wheels that I got from eBay. They're like $17 a set, including shipping. They're Mickey Thompson tires with weld wheels, and then there are a street slicks like that, got a little bit of tread on them. Then we used a resin engine, which is a fuel injected Gen 2 350 Chevy engine in there. I'll zoom in on here in a second. We did our standard 22 thousandths solder for the wiring, and then on the underside we did basically the stock, other than obviously the wheels. Got the big drag wheels on the back and then littles on the front. I'm trying to zoom in here on the engine for you a little bit. So it's a 3D printed Gen 2 350 Chevy engine, fuel injected. I used the 22,000 solder to do the wiring on it for the plugs and whatnot. Do have upper and lower radiator hoses. There's my one thing on it that snapped that frickin' bar when I was putting it on. I got it glued back together and worked on, but we used the headers from the kit because the headers I had for the engine wouldn't fit inside the frame rails. We did relocate the motor mounts. Were moved slightly forward to accommodate the engine. Let me zoom back out a little bit. I cut those from the frame and moved them forward about the distance that they were, the width of what they were. So we got the big manual trans under there. It's kind of odd that the way they had it was the with the master cylinder for the brakes sitting right next to the exhaust pipe, but that's the way they wanted it, so that's where we put it. It's a kit drive shaft, kit rear end. We used some Tamiya clear on the glass packs on the bottom. And I'll show some stills of the interior because we're never going to be able to really get in there to see. Use the more modern dash with the digital display, and we used the AK Super Chrome up for the spokes of the steering wheel. We did like a brown leather interior. Speaking of the AK Super Chrome, All the engine parts were done in the super chrome, and the wheels were done in the super chrome. And we did the bumpers with the super chrome because of the they had a lot of flash, and the attachment points for the sprue were right on top of the thing. So basically anything that was had to make chrome or had to touch up the chrome was done with the AK Super Chrome, which is some really good stuff. It is AK 9198, and you can brush paint this or you can spray it. It's an alcohol based ink, so it's the same as the Molotov ink, but you get twice as much for the same money. You can find this from about $25, $27 for 60 milliliter bottle, and the Alclad, the Molotov is a 30 milliliter bottle for $30. So it's about half the price, or better than half the price of the Molotov. What else we want to say about it? It's a really cool kit. You got enough parts left over almost to build a whole nother car. But that was also a little bit of an issue I had. We would go and grab a part and look at the instructions and see the part, and then I'd go to the trees to get the part, and I'd grab it. Then I'd sit there and fight with it for 10 minutes for trying to figure out why does it not fit. Then I realized it was the Roadster part instead of the part for the Coupe, or the Highway part instead of the hot part for the Coupe. And it was a different size, because you get parts in there from the Roadster, you got parts in there for the Highboy, and you got parts in there for the Coupe, even though you can't build the Roadster as is because it's a different body. You got the parts for the Roadster, so it gets confusing if you don't pay close attention to your part numbers to make sure you're getting the right part. I debated for quite a while whether or not to put the louvered rumble seat lid and on the side of the engine of the hood, and then I went ahead and did it because I thought at first I was planning on doing it, and then the more I looked at it, the less I liked it, and then once I put paint, I went ahead and shot paint on it, and I really liked it once it had the paint on there. So I went with the louvers. Well, guys, that's it. So we got lots of pictures coming at the end, and I hope you enjoy seeing the build. We built it kind of anticipating maybe the way that Tom would build it, with some scratch building and out of the box building. So thanks for everything you do in the community, Tom, and I hope you, and especially hope you enjoy seeing the build, and we will see you all in the next. Oh, before I go, just another reminder, we're only about 6 weeks away from the Chris Cortell Cancer Awareness Group build, and so kind of start looking around your stash, thinking about what you want to build for that. You can do anything you want, any way you want, to raise cancer awareness. And I will have an official video for that in about 2 weeks. But just put it in the back of your mind that it's coming up October 1st. And thanks guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one.